Hello, we are going to discuss setting up the different information columns on your counselors list. On the counselors list, there is a menu button. The menu button will take you to the college data menu. When selecting the college data menu, you will then see banners. Underneath these banners is information column headers, and then each one of these columns indicates which list this information column has been turned on. So when I turn it green, this information column has been turned on for the counselors list. And each data banner will tell you how many within that banner you have turned on for each list type, the counselor list, the students list, or the app tracker. You have the opportunity to turn on 40 columns per list. Usually the counselor list does not contain many columns at all. The student list tends to contain the most columns, and then the app tracker columns that are related mostly to your app tracker strategy and status columns and your application guidelines columns. And there is a video that's dedicated to setting up your app tracker. It's called How to Set Up Your App Tracker. So please navigate to your knowledge base here to find that video. So the counselor will look for particular markers about a school, and that will be those will be the columns that are the default information columns on the counselor's list. And what a default information column means is that when the counselor first navigates to the counselor's list and starts a search, the columns that will be available in the counselor's list will be the default columns. However, the counselor can then go into the independent student college data menu and pull forward columns independently for that student list. I'm going to show you a place that we can look at what would be the most commonly chosen default data columns. Before leaving this screen, I want to show you that there's a button up here that says Save as Defaults. So many of our counselors will use their demonstration student to select information columns, and then they will save these columns backwards as default. So the other opportunity is to come to Settings, Count Choices here under Settings, and the College Data menu Defaults. When you choose your defaults, you will also choose the order of your columns. After you have chosen the order of the columns per list, so counselor list, students list, app tracker view, you will then apply all of the changes to all of the existing lists. This information here, what it's telling you is that if you have applied columns individually on a per student list basis, then when you apply changes, it's going to add newly chosen columns to those existing lists, but it's not going to take away any of the columns that have been added. It will add the order in which you are defining down here, but it won't remove any excess columns that you have added to those previous lists because the individual choices will override a global default. On the CounselMore website, you're going to come to the College Search and List Builder page, and then you'll notice that we have included which are the data cells that are most chosen by our counselors for each type of list. These are the common cells that we see most often chosen by our users. And then, of course, we also have the app tracker for you to take a closer look at. If you thought this was helpful, please give us a thumbs up. Thank you. Bye-bye.